My guest today is Sue Murray, CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation, Australia's leading community-funded organisation dedicated to research into the prevention and cure of breast cancer. Thanks for joining us, Sue.
Pleasure.
Now, for over 10 years, you've been with the organisation and driven the increase in awareness for the projects and the work that you do. Tell me a little bit about how you've driven that change, because I remember 10 years ago, I knew of the organisation, but now it seems that consumer awareness is heightened.
Very high. Look, I think ideas and for growth come from all different sorts of places, but I think the first thing is to listen to people and listen to people who give you ideas. We have an amazing creative world out there, and you just never know where an idea is going to pop up from. The other thing that I've found has helped me stimulate growth in our business is actually reading Harvard Business Review. It really, even though a lot of the articles are around businesses, it's the ideas and the principles that underpin those that I've found have triggered a whole host of ideas for me. For example, we started online sales of Pink Ribbon product, and that's been going very well, but I was wondering how I was going to grow that part of the business. And I read this article, and I have no idea where it came from, but I think if I remember, it was an article about probably fair trade coffee or something like that. And I thought, oh, the next growth for Pink Ribbon product is into a retail environment. I'll look for a partner who would want to license the Pink Ribbon product and sell it for us in a retail environment. And so we've actually got that in train now. So ideas come from all sorts of places.
And I think that what's interesting about that is sometimes we look to our competitor for ideas, and yet it can be a business that's totally non-related, like a coffee company, that gives us that idea.
That's right, and I think if you look to your competitors, that means you're going to be second to market.
That's a great point.
That's not something we've really wanted to be. We've looked to try and be first to market with new ideas, and the fundraising environment is a very competitive environment. And I often say, you know, procrastination's not an option. If you wait and watch, you're going to be second, third, fourth to market. And in our environment, you can't afford to be there.
And you have had a great increase in market share and awareness. What have been the key vehicles?
Look, really it's been about taking that Pink Ribbon and providing it in different ways that different market segments might be attracted to. So we've wanted to give Australians, all Australians, an opportunity to contribute to fundraising through the Pink Ribbon. So the little ribbons, now when you mentioned at the start 10 years ago you didn't know that much about the Breast Cancer Foundation. Well, I was really worried that that little pink ribbon may well be old hat because we had the red ribbon followed by the pink ribbon, then blue, green, yellow, white, goodness knows what else. And I thought the public might tire of that. So we started to look at different ways we could take that same symbol but move it into different markets. Do you know that Australia has the highest per capita consumption of magazine reading in the world?
No.
Well, we do. And so what did we do? Produce Pink Ribbon magazine. And Pink Ribbon magazine then appealed to a certain segment of the marketplace. We have global illumination events. They are corporate, so they appeal to the corporate environment. We have Pink Ribbon breakfasts. They're out in the community, at work, at home, at play. You can do it as small or as large as you want. So it's really identifying, you know, what our core product is, which is the Pink Ribbon, and taking it through a corporate program, a licensing program in retail, the campaigns with the global illumination, the Pink Ribbon magazine, Pink Ribbon sales, Pink Ribbon breakfast, and of course then encouraging individuals to give through donation. And I think for us, part of the growth opportunity, sadly, is the high prevalence of disease. So we have a very large market to attract to breast cancer fundraising.
Now, partnerships have been a big part of your strategy, and you've obviously done a very good job of it. What makes a good partnership?
Well, I think synergy in business strategy. If you look at someone like David Jones and the National Breast Cancer Foundation, our role in funding research is saving the lives of women and families across Australia. So David Jones' primary target audience or customer is women of Australia, women and families of Australia. So there's great synergy between the business strategy that David Jones would want to be delivering and how we can contribute to that. But I think there's some research around that says there are 4 key drivers around partnerships or business investment in the community sector. The first one is building trust in the communities in which you operate. The second one is enhancing a business's reputation. The third one is sustaining business sustainability. And the fourth one is attracting and retaining talented staff. So all those things really, for any business, can be met by a community relationship. But when you delve deeper into what is the business doing, who does the business want to attract, that's when you create that greater synergy between the community and the corporate sector.
And while the community in your instance is the community for even a small business, their customers, I think those principles would apply equally.
Exactly, exactly.
As a career woman and someone who's been very successful in your role, what advice would you give other women?
Seize the opportunity. Do not let an opportunity pass you by. You know, time waits for no one. And if you have an idea or you have a passion or you want to drive a business, then take that opportunity and run with it. I think lifelong learning is incredibly important, and that can be formally through university and training qualifications, but it can also be informally through the networks, through mentoring. I think mentors are incredibly important in helping you step through the potential barriers that you might face for growing a business, and they have vast experience that you want to be able to draw on. And I think the other thing is really to be true to oneself. You know, if you're going to lead an organisation, you have to draw on your experiences, you have to draw on your knowledge, but you have to do so in a way that reflects the person you are, because that means your sincerity, your integrity, your beliefs are all underpinning the business in which you're operating.
And I imagine if you're working in that space, then you're fulfilled. There's no dragging yourself to do what you do each day.
I think if you're leading a business that in which you feel very engaged, whether it's a for-profit or a not-for-profit, I think that sense of engagement, that sense of accomplishment, that sense of passion and drive can be there for anyone. My passion and drive is about saving the world.
Just a small project, part-time really.
So, you know, yes, of course, it's very motivating for me to be able to get up and go to work every day knowing that the National Breast Cancer Foundation and the research that we're funding is really contributing to saving the lives of women, not only in Australia but really around the world. Australia contributes to the world bank of knowledge about breast cancer.
And what can we as individuals do to support the work
well,
of the foundation?
Always go out and buy a pink ribbon.
Okay.
And but you know, think about being a partner with the National Breast Cancer Foundation. What is your business doing? Do you see a synergy between our primary markets and your primary markets? If so, then contact us and think about being a partner. But right now, host a pink ribbon breakfast. It's great. You know, it's as easy as gathering you and me having a cup of coffee down at a local cafe, or gathering the whole workplace together, having a bit of fun, making a donation, knowing that you're contributing to breast cancer research.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure.